and I embraced him. And he told me there, he said, you know, Eddie, we were having lunch, and he said, you know, Eddie, I was president of NUSAS for 2 consecutive terms. He was an international figure. President of NUSAS for 2 consecutive terms. NUSAS, the National Union of South African Students, a very prestigious position. And he said, they have written to me and informed me that my name has been expunged from the roll of honor. So that's Adrian, you see. Then, so under 90 days, we had a rough time. As a matter of fact, I asked to be allowed a bucket in my cell because there was no bucket, and no flush toilets. And they told me you can't have a bucket because a bucket is a dangerous weapon. Mm-hmm. I was out without a bucket for 92 days. I was out for 92 days. And when you require the toilet and you can't have access to a toilet, it's excruciating. Nevertheless, I survived. So I was asked on 3 occasions to be state witness of the state. I declined. And Adrian had volunteered. So, and both he and I were members of the National Executive. And so they had to take him. And so I was awaiting trial. And I was held with 4 others in a big, big cell. And I didn't know them at the time, but I got to know them. And one of them pointed out a warder to me. A warder is this guy who looks after us. And told me this warder is a friendly chap. So when he came around, I stopped him and I said, excuse me, if I give you 2,000 rand, that's South African currency, if I give you 2,000 rand, will you bring me some hacksaw blades? So hacksaw blades is what you saw through iron bars, steel bars with it. And he said he would. But when he left, I was so ashamed of myself because I never had 2,000 rand. So when he came back, I said, how about 200? I said, I haven't got 2,000, it's 200 okay? And he said, yes. So I said, bring the hacksaw blades. And we saw through the bars. But that night we were supposed to go out, the escape guard didn't pitch up. The authorities discovered the bars were cut. We denied that we were responsible, but they put me back under 90 days again. You know? Then I appeared in court, and there were 5 of us. 3 were charged with fulfilling the aims of communism, and the maximum sentence was 5 years. So they were charged. They were given 3 years to suspended. My colleague and I were charged with sabotage that carried the death penalty, and I was accused number 1. The judge, in his wisdom, sentenced me to 15 years imprisonment, and my fellow accused to 10. I was then taken up to Paulsmoor prison, the jail I tried to get away from, escape from. And I was put into prison clothes, I was shackled and handcuffed and taken to Robben Island. Now when the judge sentenced me to 15 years, my mother got up and said, you know, she said, my boy, Mommy will never ever see you again. So I said, Mom, I'll be all right. But I did not think I would be all right, because after Sharpeville, I don't know if you know about Sharpeville, but Sharpeville took place on the 21st of March 1960, where a massacre took place. The police shot down 69 people, unarmed people, and then and hurt and wounded many others. Riots broke out. There was an emergency declared in my country, and lots of people were arrested. Some of these people went to Robben Island. They were sentenced to Robben Island for 3 months and 6 months. And the conditions were very bad, very bad. They had threadbare clothing, they were bare feet, they were exposed to the elements, they had brutal warders, and the warders had dogs. So things were a bit rough. So I knew I was going to Robben Island, and I I wasn't going